You're watching my favorite YouTube channel. I'm Chillmonger. What's your name? Oh, that's your name?
It's K-Dot, guys. What's good, everybody?
SSJK. Sanctum, the Superman head, the guy who tries to always make me more of a fan of DC than I am of Marvel. I don't know if that's going to happen today. I don't know if that's what the movie's going to do to me. Well, I feel like Superman is a great example, something that we need the kids to be looking at. And so they put some spots out. Let's just start with a straight up reaction. This was Superman's strength.
You were out there helping them?
I thought I was. They've always been wrong about me. I get scared. But that is being human. And that's my greatest strength.
Rated PG-13.
That sounds like a sick monologue that he's giving. Where is he at? The Watchtower right here? Where is this?
It looks like he's going to be, if you remember in trailer when Lex was in that room or whatever, and he's like cheering and stuff. I think he's at whatever tower Lex is at. Like, I think he's at Luthor Corp trying to talk to Lex.
It sounds like something
that could be the Daily Planet.
Yeah, the Daily Planet. Something you would say if you were at the Daily Planet. And I want a second chance at this interview with you, Lois. Interview me now. Interview me again. And then you give her the whole, this is why I'm Superman. I'm part man and all that good stuff.
What is now? Because Gunn did say most of the clips we saw are from like the first 30 minutes of the film. And some of the clips, I'm not saying everything is from the first 30 minutes. It can't be. But I don't know how much we've seen in the first 30 minutes, but it seems like a lot is going to be jam-packed in those first 30 minutes. But when people said, someone did a review and they said it felt like an episode of Superman the Animated Series, I was like, oh, I think I know what he's aiming for. He knows he has only 2 hours to make a movie, right? Well, let's make it feel like one big episode. I mean, you want a movie to feel like a movie, but let's treat it like it's one big episode. We have to cram all this spectacular stuff in it while still telling a good episode. Like, let's make it this big thing. Let's go big or go home right here, right now, because we got to.
I'll be seeing it Tuesday. I think I heard RJ say the same thing.
Tuesday also. I got the Amazon early access tickets.
Happy No King's Day, Canada. Whatever. We got this dude here. Very diverse background. Look at him with the long hair. This man is old and he's a white guy. And then we got an Asian family over here.
Oh, look, it's Awkwafina. And look, it's not the little girl, it's Awkwafina. Look.
Look how the background of the actors, the metropolis city is so diverse. That means so much to me. No, it doesn't. Chillmonger values lead characters in the prominent positions and not, oh my God, this movie's going to change the world because some of the people, their skin is different shades.
Hey, it just might change, bro. You may never know, Chill. That person in the back, that black man who had the LeBron James beard, hey, he might be a breakout star. Who knows? He might surprise.
What superhero was he going to play in DC? Inform me.
So, dang, who could he play? Black Lightning. Black Lightning put on a couple pounds, but hey, he'll be good to go.
Okay.
He'll be a little too light, but he'll be good to go.
Oh, sure. So something else that was said in the trailer. Matter of fact, I'll just play it again because I forgot.
They've always been wrong about me.
They're actually all right. It's Kryptonite. We're not gonna do a Superman movie without it. How do we feel about how it lights up? How it interacts with his face? I think there actually is a light inside that.
It looks like because we know Metamorpho can like shift his body into different materials. It looks like he's making a kryptonite literally out of his body. Some artificial form of kryptonite or whatever, but it looks like he's literally making kryptonite out of his hand, which I think he's doing.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. We got him using this.
But that is being human.
Bludgeon somebody. I guess I'm supposed to feel emotional about an android. I won't.
Go back to that part when he hits the Ultraman guy.
It's being
There's people saying, "What if it's Henry Cavill?"
Why would Henry Cavill agree to play this?
And I don't know. Why not? Be
Because maybe
interesting.
Henry Cavill will hold out. He'll say, if you guys do Crisis on Infinite Earths with a multiverse, yeah, I'll be Superman there. But don't call me for anything else.
Actually, to be honest with you, and this could have been the perfect opportunity, which is not so you can't use the story again, but in the story that Gunn is using for this film, All-Star Superman, there's a story where these different Supermans from different timelines, different universes come together to help Jonathan Kent. They stop some villain from trying to kill Jonathan Kent before he can be alive to take care of Superman and stuff. So, hey, I'm just saying, if Gunn wants to do something like that in the future with all these previous Superman actors, just saying.
We cut over to Superman giving a kiss to Lois while ascending. So he's squeezing her pretty tight in order to hold her, right? Like,
I think this is at the Hall of Justice. This got to be the Hall of Justice. Because I'm like, what's going on? There's not a lot of people here. Got to be the Hall of Justice.
That looks like it hurts when you think about it. In order to squeeze someone that tight where they stay stuck to you, gotta hurt you in your back.
He's being gentle with her, It's just
if you're
wires.
being gentle, she'll slip and fall.
He got wires on her. She's fine.
Wires. No, here's what I'm thinking. His hands are not below her lifting.
Yeah. No. He's literally.
It's side by side. Like if I wanted to pin this to the wall right here, pin this phone to the wall. I pinned it to the wall, right? I'm applying force to it, and now the heavier this thing is, the more force I gotta apply. That's a 130-pound woman or something. You gotta put 130 pounds of force.
Maybe she likes the pressure. Who knows? That do like that pain. She probably likes it.
Yeah, I'm just saying you need to lift, which would mean that he puts his hand somewhere else. We got this beautiful heat vision laser eyes shot, destroying all of these jabronis. That's just a cool looking.
I think the coolest thing about the shot is Crypto just literally pulling their helmets off and also pulling them up and literally setting them up for Clark to hit.
Wait, where do you see Crypto the Super Dog in that scene?
Go back. You're gonna see it right there. Look to the right. That's Crypto.
On the right?
Really setting them up and right there. His heat vision is making it real bright. Play it. But look to the right.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can see a dog right here, yeah.
Yep.
I didn't notice him. Let me rewind it just a tad more. I'd start from the beginning of this. Where does Crypto start? Oh, I see him over there up above his head, right? Right there?
Yep.
So Crypto swoops in. I didn't realize he was in this though. I lost him. There he is. And then he just flies over. Yeah, that makes it even sicker. Like that was a beautiful shot there from Crypto.
It was how he finally gets a dog to work with him.
He's just having fun because he's a dog. And he cuts a promo and says, "I'm Superman, gosh darn it. Respect me." He's a Boy Scout, but I like him.
All right, one thing I will say. They should have released more of them TV spots on YouTube. I don't know if Gunn and them remember, but everyone does not have cable anymore. I don't see those TV spot ads that often. I have been seeing the ads of the trailer, but they've been dropping a bunch of TV spots and stuff. And I'm just saying, if TV spots, if y'all going to promote the movie studios, make sure they go on the streaming services that you're trying to promote them on also. Everyone does not have cable. Because most of the TV spots are going to be showing up on cable. I've seen some in some YouTube videos, but not too much.
If I'm a TikToker, pick a famous guy. Jordan the Stallion. If I'm a TikToker, like that guy has great promotions that he'll do with Method Man. I think he did it with Childish Gambino also. Yep. That's great. Now do the same thing with him next to Superman. Hey, come here. And the camera zooms in. And he's
Gunn did just do that Love Island promotion for Superman. Now, I don't know about... I've not started watching that Love Island show. I'm not going to watch it. But, yeah, I think this movie has a great chance of doing well. I'm just saying. They got
counting it out. I think the whatever it opens to will be big, but it'll also have a long time in the movie theaters. Jurassic World, from what I'm hearing, is not.
It looks like they're gonna pull it out early. Man, it sucks for Mahershala Ali. Honestly, I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him if Jurassic World Rebirth does not get reviewed well or received well because we already know what's happening with him. I'm just saying.
So far, Jurassic World, and maybe I'll check this like an hour later, and it might be updated, but Jurassic World from Wednesday only grossed 30 million. We'll get the Thursday numbers sometime, shortly. We'll get those Thursday numbers. It's going to be a difficult weekend. Today is the American Day, American Independence, right? So it's a holiday.
Yeah, 4th of
A lot
July.
of people are off on Friday, so they may go to the movies in the daytime, not just the evening.
Well, I think Gunn picked a good week to drop it. So after 4th of July weekend, jobs might be chilling right now. People are going to get opportunities to take some time off, depending on what field they're in, and some jobs are going to be light at the moment. So it's a good chance for people to go to the movies.
Is there something to say that family members are going to have interactions with each other? I'll use Thanksgiving or Christmas because you're going to link up with your cousin and because you're all together, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can actually talk about, this new movie, I recommend it. I just saw it a day ago, or it's coming out next week. Don't holidays allow for the recommendations to happen, the word of mouth to happen?
Yeah, because sometimes on Christmas, it depends. Not every single Christmas for these past couple of years have we seen big box office hits, but like Aquaman came out around Christmas, did $1 billion. Avatar 2 came out around, I think it came out in December. Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys.
Yeah.
But $2 billion. Spider-Man No Way Home. To be fair, it's a Spider-Man IP, but $2 billion came out around Christmas. And just to make it even better, it came out during COVID too.
Nobody cared about no COVID.
No, I'm just saying for the people that might use the excuse of that whole COVID stuff, because people use that excuse during the time. Like, no, COVID was still happening and it made that money. So,
late 2021. So like people will risk themselves and do what they got to do to see a movie.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, like $1.9 billion for a Spider-Man movie means that when you do Avengers, you're gonna hit that $2 billion, maybe even $3 billion. Probably not, because I don't feel like they're hot. I don't know if anyone's gonna be rewatching at that rate. Like they rewatched Avengers.
Well, I mean, this is the safest bet. Him picking the summer. I think it would have been cool if this. I think it would have been good for this type of film to release even around the time of Christmas. But as I said, that money gets shaky. It gets shaky every single year because not always do we have big box office hits in December. It's a great chance to, but we don't always have them. I even think didn't Sonic 3 come out in December?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying the film did bad, but in my opinion, it barely made more than the second movie. I like the movie, but it really didn't help Sonic 3 and boost it up that much. So no, summer's perfect. Everybody's out of school. College students are out of school.
July 11th. We're 7 days away from this launch of a brand new films universe. If it's successful, the chances that you get people like Static or fucking even Mr. Terrific, who the actor is 47 years old. I'm not thinking like that's your build a franchise around him, but I'll take it, bro. If you want to make Eddie Gathegi lead your Mr. Terrific movie and do a sequel and you want to get behind him, fine. He's old, but his T-Spears will do all of the impressive stuff. We got it.
Hey, it increases the chances. And like I said, people vote with your wallets. Vote with your wallets. I would say this about almost any film. Give it a chance. Now you won't see me really too often trashing films too much or trashing a film that I haven't seen yet, but at least give it a chance before you trash it or even say it's good. Just give it a chance. Go vote with your own wallet. You can watch critic reviews or whatever, but just go watch it for yourself and see. Formulate your own opinion, but a lot of people can't do that.
Nope. A lot of people are in their tribes. You know what? The Snyder cult, Snyder tribe people, bro.
I saw
What?
I saw somebody complaining about his foot today in a shot, and I was like, oh, because the dude got size 12 feet. That's why he has big feet.
Okay, that's not where I was going with it. They're saying we got to purchase a ticket and go to the website, and then we reserve the ticket for like the 10 minutes, and then your time runs out. But at least for 10 minutes, no one was able to buy a ticket to James Gunn's Superman. This is going to get Snyder back. What are you guys doing? Like, I know that it can't be the majority of
You
people.
can do that?
Yeah, you can go to a website, buy a ticket, never mind, not buy a ticket. You go to the website, you see the ticket, you get to choose your seat. You chose your seat, and it says there's a timer. You got 10
that
seconds to enter
timer when you and they
your
get
credit card information, and then you get.
yeah.
But in that 10 minutes, they'll actually, not sell that seat. It'll appear like it's unavailable. So
Right.
people are saying, "Hey, we got to make sure that they don't sell. We got to do that to the website. We got to do that and make sure that no one actually gets this ticket." How stupid? How are you? And it's not even gonna work. Most people, at least most people I know, go to the movie theaters and purchase the ticket on the day of. Like, you can't use that tactic for long. Opening day, maybe, yeah, everyone's reserving their seat. But after that third, fourth day, most people just walk to the cinema and they go, "Give me a ticket. I'll choose my seat here."
Ticket or not. I will say this though, I'm not really too much worried about the Snyder fan base anymore because, well, this is the thing. I still troll them. I still troll them, guys. But they are literally at a point where they are grasping for straws with criticisms. It is so bad. There's people complaining about his feet being too big. I'm sorry, the guy has size 12 feet and he's over 6 foot. Ain't nothing I can do about that. I'm sorry. There's people literally trying to nitpick. Like, you guys, it's to a point where they're getting butthurt that Crypto's in the movie, a dog. I'm just saying, if a cute puppy makes you angry, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do for you. I don't know how to make you happy if a puppy makes you mad. I don't know how to make you happy because no way should a puppy make you angry or whatever.
Yeah. Because K-Dot, look, they're taking advantage of the cuteness of this animal, and that is not okay. You just want to sell toys. You're not even make real money. This is toy money. It doesn't count.
I do want to say something about the toys, and it's just in general, you guys. I don't like that we get these toys that come out so early and they leak parts of the movie. But I will say this though. With Ultraman, they're trying to hide the character's identity. We don't know who the person is, but we do know in the comics, Ultraman is a Superman. He's not a Superman clone. He's a different Superman from a different Earth, but he's bad. So what I'm guessing is going to be some type of big reveal because I've seen the Ultraman toys, but I've not seen Ultraman toys showing his face. So what I think they're going to do is with a lot of toys, they're releasing some now, and then after the film comes out, when you see more of the movie, you're going to get more toys.
But that's not leaked yet. When is the review embargo over for Superman?
I don't know the date. I think it's probably going to be maybe on the 8th.
Okay, maybe we got 4 more days. And on the 8th, we'll know, if you're looking for it, who is behind the mask, like K-Dot's suggesting. But then I think I can avoid it for 3 days. You know what? I'm going to go on Twitter after the stream. Someone said the 7th. Okay, thank you, Miss Me. It'll be end on the 7th. I want to go on Twitter and just every time you mute the term Superman, mute the term Ultraman, mute the term David Cornsett, James Gunn, I think I'm going to go into this as fresh as I possibly can.
Yeah, I mean, so far I haven't been spoiled on anything, which I'm actually shocked about.
This is me barely watching the trailer. I barely saw any of them. I think I saw one review, one trailer reaction. That was it. This is the most I'm getting of my Superman. And it's the week of, so why not? I wonder if we can see the potential for creating a solid universe from precedents like Guardians and Peacemaker and Suicide Squad. Informant says, I'm looking forward to Peacemaker. Static and Richie. That's a Kryptonian trait, though. Big feet.
Yeah.
I don't know if is that really a trait. That's canon.
No, the actor literally just has size 12 feet. That's why if his feet looks big in the movie to you guys, it's because the actor has size 12 feet, but he's 6 foot, so it balances itself out.
Superman.
the most powerful being on planet Earth. We finally meet. Now, as planned, I'll destroy you. And of course, that reporter you always do interviews with. Who raised you as a child? I'll kill them too.
Lex is a big hater, dog.
Huh?
I said Lex is a big hater. It makes sense why he made a son with Superman.
I'm gonna find who raised you.
He
I
hates.
want that reporter you do inners with. What?
That's the funniest thing about Lex Luthor. He hates Superman so much that he made sure Superman's first son is going to be with them. They didn't have a child in the sense like that. Superboy is a clone of Superman, so he was like, you know what, your first son is going to be with me. It's not going to be with whatever woman you love. Lex is a hater, bro.
Yeah.
He's a hater.
Too.
I heard this scene is the beginning of the movie. It starts off like this with the snow.
I think it might, because it's either that fight with the kaiju, or this is the start of the movie. Or it might be one of those you know what they do in movies like, oh, look how I got here type of thing.
Yeah.
So it might start off like that, and then it's gonna sync up to that sequence where we see him on the ground.
No matter what you do to me, Luthor, your plans won't work.
Wrap it up.
Good luck with that.
Oh yeah, this was the trailer. I saw this GIF.
Yep.
It's the most replayed part, and look, his teeth are gonna hit the camera lens. So Crypto removes the hat, the helmet, and here comes the teeth. Thumbs up or thumbs down on that, K-Dot?
Well, on the shot?
On the teeth thing, hitting the camera. I'm watching a movie. It's a thumbs down. You can't do that, Jay.
No, that's a heavy thumbs up. That shot right there was a heavy thumbs up. That was cool. That's like some. It's the action stuff you want to see in an action movie, because Superman is from Action Comics. You want to see action. At the end of the day, as with a Superman, you always gotta have the action. Yeah, you need to have the drama, but the action needs to be very superb, because Superman, while his action, he doesn't fight all intricate and stuff like Batman does.
His teeth are too big.
With Superman, you have to literally make sure the action has impact, and doing stuff like that is what makes it impact. Cool shots like that.
I don't know. I'm gonna say no to this scene. Chat, thumbs up or thumbs down on a punch, not the action. The punch resulting in the teeth hitting the camera lens. We hear a little sound effect noise also.
I didn't pay attention to the noise. Hey, it might just be for the trailer. Who knows? But if it is in the actual movie, that is some fourth wall breaking. That is technically fourth wall breaking. I'm just saying.
I said it looks silly already. Lex is Stephen Miller with Musk's money.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Lex might be a self-made billionaire in this version. Who knows? It's either he inherits his wealth or he's a self-made billionaire.
This is how Lex finds the sanctum. Follows Pupper back there. Probably, man. It's a stupid little dog, and no one's gonna hate the dog, but he's gonna make mistakes, and it won't affect. We'll never question that hero blew it. It's just the dog.
Well, I have a theory. I have a theory, but I think Ultraman is in this movie is gonna be a Superman clone. I don't know what they're gonna do with it, because so far we see him use heat vision. He's evenly just as strong as Superman. I mean, he slammed his face down to the ground, and he's holding him prisoner. I think, and if y'all go back to the first trailer, Crypto opened up the door with a bark. So I'm assuming Crypto has his own little, that's his key to the house.
Yeah.
And Clark's key to the house is just his voice too. So Ultraman, who I'm assuming is a Superman clone that Lex been working on, and they just share the same voice, and that's how he's able to get in. I don't know. Or maybe he just follows Crypto back home. Who knows?
He's thick for a Superman clone. His legs, look at his calves.
It might be David Cornsweet in the suit. I mean, it's obviously the stunt double right there, but if it is a clone, it's David Cornsweet in the suit.
Watch it be Dave Bautista.
I wanted to be Henry Cavill so bad. That would be funny.
Let's listen in.
That would be hilarious if it's Henry Cavill, y'all. And it's not on no petty stuff. I think it would be cool. It's just I think it would just be cool for him to be Ultraman in this movie. Not to shit on Henry Cavill, but I think it would be cool. Just saying.
Make a move, Big Blue.
He said, "Make a move, Big Blue." This is the Green Lantern we don't like. There's 3 of them because in the Lantern show we'll see Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan also. He might need to die in this first movie, bro. And then that ring will be like vacated and they'll give it to Jon Stewart.
I mean, I'll say this. If you're going to kill a Lantern, you can do it to Guy Gardner. Don't do it to Hal Jordan. If we're going to get rid of any Lanterns, do Guy Gardner. I don't dislike Guy Gardner, but he can be sacrificed. He's good for some stories, but he can be sacrificed. There's a reason Hal Jordan has took up majority of the Green Lantern lore for years.
Big Blue.
No, we gotta look at that one more time. Not this scene. And look, oh my god, look at the diversity here. Racism is gonna do numbers, bro. Look at this stuff. We got the white woman who's in the lead or in the front. She's probably got the most scenes in the movies, but that's not relevant. What's relevant is that when you look at everyone who's working in that office, they hire equally. That's great. This is gonna change everything.
But hear me out, Chill. You got a sister in the bottom right. You got a brother.
Yeah.
In the top left, dark and proud. You got 2 brothers in the back behind him.
Yep. I bet you they live in multi-ethnic households too. I bet a lot of these white women have black boyfriends and China and every country is gonna be so India too. James Gunn love them Indians, right? It's gonna be so diverse in this movie with the background actors that it's gonna be so meaningful. We gotta get the money from all the diverse backgrounds, not by putting lead superheroes of those backgrounds, but like that's why it's called background. They're in the background.
America. I think it was only one Hispanic person in that clip. Also,
no, it's not enough.
I think the girl with the blonde hair is the only one because she was in the Suicide Squad movie, right? On the left side of Lois, I think she's the only Hispanic in this frame.
Well, she was in Suicide doing what?
She was one of the secretaries. There was a scene with her upper part bouncing that really stood out in the film, and people clip it a lot. If you notice, her things are showing.
Okay.
Just like how it was in the Suicide Squad.
All right. Now we get to this dude with the T on his face, 47 years old, doesn't look 47, but he just chills and sits. If this is his action, if he's going to be seated for most of the fantastical stuff, he can do this next year and 10 years from now too. It's not important for him to be youthful.
What they need to do is, because in some of the comics, like he literally will use the balls as like transportation. So put his feet on it or use them as like stairs and stuff, or use them to really move around. So I hope he's just not sitting in a chair. Like Gunn needs to show him doing both just to make the action, make him look cool and stuff. Because his intelligence is what makes him cool, but you need to visually show that and make it cool. You can't just say a character is smart and expect us to like just say, oh, he's cool. No, show us why he's cool.
Oh, this is a cool idea. Ultraman being Superman's kind of predictably. I wanted Superman versus Metallo.
I mean, it could be that. I don't, you guys, I don't know what the Ultraman angle could be. It could be Bizarro. It could be a clone. It could be Connor Kent. It literally could be Superboy, because Lex made Superboy with Superman's DNA and his DNA. I don't know what it is. All I know is that character is Ultraman, so I don't know what route he's going to take. And it could quite literally be, because they said there's going to be some multiverse stuff going on in this movie. That could actually be Ultraman from the universe, and Lex could have probably, took over his mind and stuff. I don't know.
That would be
I know
interesting.
there's a bunch of angles you can go.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting nod to the Snyder people, but they still won't accept it. They're too angry. The quicker James Gunn says, Zack Snyder is going to direct a brand new movie for my DC, and it's going to be the Batman debut. As soon as that happens, you don't have to worry about these Snyder
Hey,
cultists.
if he does that, I wouldn't be against it.
No, what if those Snyder cultists say, whoa, Batman only grossed $800 million from Snyder. That's why we can't let Wonder Woman gross more than $800 million. Spam this, or, you don't know these people. They're stupid.
Yeah, I mean, it is inviting him back, but I won't be against it because it's like Gunn's in charge. You're only coming in here to direct. Or that's if Gunn goes like, well, we used to be friends, man. I want you to be like in the room with me. Like, if he's trying to do that, no. But if you just brings him back to be a director,
yeah,
cool. I'm cool with that. He doesn't need to do anything else aside from directing.
I've talked about all these characters who are. Why does he have a baby on his right hand right there?
I don't know. All I've seen in the toys is that the thing's name is Baby Joey. I don't know.
Joey. Okay.
We've
seen all these new characters. Many of them. There's I think Mephisto. What's his name? Metamorpho. So many people who are expendable who can die. If there's one character who is bulletproof, who will be in the sequel, who will be in the third movie, it's not Lex, it's Lois.
Lois for sure need to be. That's the one thing Gunn needs to make sure he does well, is a romance between Superman and Lois, because it's an essential part of Superman's lore. And also, I don't know, Gunn's romance in his recent superhero movies kind of been like up and down for me. Like, I thought Peter and Gamora was like all right. Peacemaker, his romance with Harcourt, okay. So I gotta see. I don't know how well he's gonna do with the romance. I don't know, but it shouldn't be that hard to do.
Let's jump over to a super chat. Let me keep it DC related. Give me some Joker. Thank you, Michael Nemo. $5. This movie is why Superman and Lois was prematurely canceled.
Yep.
And he can't pretend otherwise. This thing had way more seasons left in it, and it was successful.
Yeah, it was going to do 7 seasons. Yeah, 7, 8 seasons.
And he came in knowing it would end. He gave it an extra year because Chapter 1 was announced in early 2023, and he didn't want to act like he was ending it right away, so he gave it an additional year. But now it's over. I don't think it was the right decision. I understand the decision, but don't make people upset with you because you ended their show.
Yeah, I don't think it was a good decision either. And like I said, this movie needs to be really good because I really love that show, Superman and Lois. Now, I'm not being petty and stuff. It's gone. I like the ending I got for season 4, but I don't like the reasoning of why David Zaslav even canceled it, because if you're going to allow Robert Pattinson Batman to have his own universe, and there's going to be a DCU Batman also in live action in James Gunn's universe, I'm sorry, but if that's the case, you need to get rid of Matt Reeves' Batman then. I'm just saying, I don't want them to get rid of Matt Reeves' Batman, but that just...
Paperwork was signed, unfortunately. But that does give you a clue if James Gunn's interest not to do Batman.
Yeah.
Michael says, I don't see this film confusing people so much that an established TV show had to be axed. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah. Nothing about this. You can literally tell the difference between the TV show and this. Like, I don't know, you would have to not be the most intelligent person to not be able to tell the difference between this and Superman and Lois.
You do the Superman and Lois TV show for an additional season, and they ended at 7. No, it will be 2 more seasons. They ended at 7. And by then, you get ready for your Superman sequel movie. It's fine.
I'll be honest.
Batman with Matt Reeves, though, is something that was agreed to before Peter Safran and James Gunn launched the DC Studios thing. It was already there. And I think Matt Reeves knows whatever he's going through, and however, it's taking him time. He knows James Gunn doesn't want to have to indulge in another superhero universe while his is going on. A brand new film called Batman that's not going to be using his lore. So Matt Reeves knows that, which is why a couple weeks ago the script is finished. It's been handed in. See. Now here's what's happening. James Gunn is going to perform with Superman, either well or bad. And if it's really well, and if he does get that $1.4 billion movie, if he can succeed in that, James Gunn, hey Zaslav, bro, you see what I got, right? Can I not just do a Batman movie? Like, why we gotta, I know whatever you told Matt Reeves, just wave him, like Damian Lillard on the Milwaukee Bucks. You get that reference? Okay, it's in basketball. You pay somebody what they're guaranteed to get. And if you want to not continue them on their contract, you guaranteed the money. So, yeah, they're not here for the next season, but you're paying them what you agreed that you were going to pay them for that season. So They've been waived. Do that with Matt Reeves. Yeah, we said we'd pay you. Blah, blah, blah. Take the money, go over there. We're going to actually do a Batman movie taking place with DCU, with the fan favorite David Cornsweet version of Superman. That's why he's going to, if his movie does well, say goodbye to Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson. Maybe Robert Pattinson can be the actor in this universe, but say goodbye to a sequel.
And like I said, I think, to be fair, I think, oh shoot, I'll say this. To be fair, I think all the universes can work. There's literally two ways to make that happen. One, make them good quality. Two, make sure the directors and the writers are not creating competition between one another. If anything, each product should promote each other in a way. I'm not saying you need to do it by connective universe. The CW, they literally promoted each show that takes place in the same universe by, hey, we had a cameo of this character in this episode. They didn't come and take over the show. They just showed up to boost up their next season coming up. Just something. You got to do stuff like that. Now, as far as the different universes, I don't know. I would say, like, after the movies come out, the director, Matt Reeves, he tells people, okay, go support Brave and the Bold. Be on the lookout for it. That's next.
Plan it out, bro. Yo, listen. Find a dude whose last name is Hawkins. He's like a 34-year-old dude, okay? Let me get me on full screen. This is a great idea. 34-year-old dude, last name is Hawkins. Maybe it's Michael B. Jordan. Maybe it's a significant actor. He works at the Daily Planet. He's there for the first Superman movie, the second Superman movie, third Superman movie. One day you decide to do Static. One day, that's in year 2040. Maybe it's 2032. Okay, let's give it that. And he says in the Superman movie or Justice League movie, whatever, he has a line, I got to get back to Dakota. My vacation's been extended way too long, but I'm going to go kick it in Dakota. And we say, what? So you mean that guy who was appearing in the Superman movies at the Daily Planet during the background, that's actually Virgil Hawkins' father. He's going to be in the Static Shock film. It's not hard to plan, bro. Just apply some effort. And you're lasting long for over 10 years. Ensure that your background actors, extras, and your cameos are cameos that will play into fruition a little bit later. Chat. Let's go to... Yeah.
Got a handful of stacks, better grab an umbrella. I make it rain. I make it rain on them hoes.
Mikhail Nemo. I'm telling you, chill. The tone of Superman will not be too far from Batman 1966's show.
It's not going to be. Batman 1966 literally had a scene where Batman was punching a shark, y'all. Had a scene where Batman was running with a bomb. Mind you, bombs got timers on it. He was running with a bomb for like probably more than 5 minutes, like a Looney Tunes show, trying to throw it somewhere without blowing people up.
No one's going to say, gee, Willikers, Batman. No one's going to tell you that in the Superman
Like
movie.
1966 Batman, while it was good, it was a comedy show. It was very much a comedy show. This film, I mean, unless it says in the description comedy, it's not designated as a comedy.
This is dark. Listen to Lex Luthor. Well, listen to it when I turn my volume on.
It does have humor in it.
You always do interviews with.
Who raised you as a child? I'll kill them too.
That's 1966, Michael. I'll raise you as a child. I'm going to kill them too.
I'm going to kill them too.
Not I'll destroy them. Not I'm going to take them down. They're not using that Power Rangers kid language.
No matter what you do to me, Luther, your plans won't work.
Wrap it up.
Good luck with that.
Make a move, Big Blue.
Buckle up.
Yeah, we make the music of the original thing.
When she was flying that, where was Mr. Terrific? He better
Buckle up.
he better not have been on the back seat.
Nah,
I think that's the Commissioner Wendell Pierce.
yeah, nah, that's not him backseat. That's that black dude that was standing in that shot. That's not Mr. Terrific. Better not be Mr. Terrific in the backseat of his T-Spear.
Yeah, can you imagine that? Like, oh, let her fly it.
If anything, I think he's going to be using his chair at this point, wherever they're at. I think this is literally in that final act when we see that. I'm not sure if this is the final act, though, but we see the whole ground splitting, parting like the Red Sea or something.
But it's nice to give Lois something important to do because you know she's on a mission, right? Hey, you got to get the kryptonite. You got to get the blank away from Superman. Go, you know, doing something. What's up, Steve? That's Perry White and Jimmy Olsen. Bro, that's a race swap to Perry White. That's what I will refer to Wendell Pierce's character as. Yes. Got her up.
They chose him. Let them die.
Ooh,
I
that's
like how that little girl was just standing right there playing. Like, do you not hear a big giant monster in the neighborhood?
they chose him. Let them die. That is some Benjamin Netanyahu levels of evil.
Chose him. Let them die.
So what did you say about this image?
I don't like how that little girl is not self-aware. She knew that monster was there this whole time. I'm like, dang. She's probably deaf.
No, that's why she needs to look up because she was playing hopscotch. She was on her phone. What was she doing?
Looking down. But she could be deaf. I'll grant that excuse. She could be deaf. Gunn's gonna say she's deaf.
Yeah, she was minding her own business. It was a nice Friday afternoon. You notice the
What
colors
is
she's wearing?
Look, look. They're in like a public setting. They're obviously in the city. They're deep in the city, probably the little financial district, everybody working. She just kicking the cement. What? You can't be that
no
bored.
cement.
No.
We do that in Canada.
That's next levels of being bored because what? But whatever.
No. So you're not thinking.
I'm
So
not
when you
going
step
to
on
that.
the crack, you break your mother's back, and she just
Right.
was being very careful with it. She probably just heard that little saying, and she's like being careful trying to walk home. That's what she was thinking about.
Hey, we'll roll with Steve's excuse. She got some AirPods in. If you got some good noise canceling earphones, you really can't hear nothing. Even a monster stepping behind you.
She'll be deaf now.
Die.
Hey! Quit messing around!
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
Oh, there. That's a joke. What?
I will say this, guys. I like Mr. Terrific's urban voice, as some people have been calling it. I think it's needed. I didn't want to hear a geeky black guy. I'll be honest. I do want to hear a black guy. I want to hear a black guy with some swag to him, but also great intelligence. I was getting some like Wesley Snipes, Blade type of dialogue. That's the vibe I got from Mr. Terrific so far.
So do you think the dialogue fit quit messing around with the N apostrophe instead of cut it out? Or there's maybe other ways to deliver that?
I think it fit terrific because it's like, I mean, if you most of the time, you know, us black people, we kind of do respond like that to some people and stuff because
you guys speak that way in your neck of the woods. Quit messing around. I don't think I've ever heard that one.
I mean, it depends how. I think it's the because I'm not saying Superman was lollygagging, but imagine you just like this. You're a black dude. You're super intelligent, street smart, whatever, and you just got people lollygagging around you, and it's like, quit messing around, bruh. Like, dang.
I know what you would say. I know.
Yeah,
I know how you would say it.
around.
It's the language for me that just doesn't work.
Hey, quit messing around.
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
That's so cool.
Hey, buddy, eyes up here.
Look up. That's the Daily Planet, I guess. No, that's not the Daily Planet.
I couldn't really hear you when the trailer played. What'd you say?
No, I thought that was the Daily Planet. That's not the Daily Planet building he's behind.
No.
Boy, he's in front of me.
That was the IMAX building.
You can see the Top Gun Maverick influence in them flight shots, though.
This is making me pretty interested in seeing this movie, and I hope that they withheld much in the trailer. If any review I listen to after this embargo, I want them to tell me the trailers didn't show you that much.
Yeah.
They hit it.
Because, you have to remember the shot when they first released the very first picture, and it was Superman sitting down in that room, right? There was that giant ball in the sky. And I'm like, they had to have not shown us a lot, because when does that take place in this movie? Because the fight, when he's fighting Ultraman at the little stadium, that was like the third act. So when is he fighting that giant purple planet thing? You like, you see what I'm saying?
Wait for the movie to come out.
They had to have held back a lot, because when does that take place? Where does that fit in this movie? Or maybe, just maybe, it might be one of those things where like the movie's about to end, and then Lois is like, "Go be a hero, like go get him, Tiger," and then it ends with Superman about to get ready to punch that planet in the sky thing, and then boom. Just like, hey, just like I said, just like a TV show. That's how it leads into the next episode.
I get your position on what James Gunn said about India.
About that fan in India thing. I didn't think it was racist. I heard the comment. I didn't think it was racist, but I think he specifically didn't want to say the fan base, but he was talking about the Snyder fans, because the Snyder fan base has a huge audience from India in it. But the Snyder fan base has a huge audience.
He was thinking of India. He wasn't just being like, "This is the globe. One side is America, the other side is Indian." And
wait. He made two comments. You're talking about him wanting Indian, like more Indian directors and actors and stuff to come work, or that one? Okay. And I didn't think what he said was racist.
Somebody who will say something. It's always the weirdest stuff. It's never what you expect. Some weird thing. I go, God, that guy, I'm going to, and then I go, I think I might be getting upset about something a 12-year-old in India is saying. You know what I mean? I'm like, let it.
That. He was talking about reading things on the internet, reading tweets and going, why am I upset? It's about some little 12-year-old in India. Like,
because quite literally, most of the negative criticism I've been seeing, like, I'm not talking about in general, like, I don't be on Facebook like that. There's probably negative criticisms on there. But from what I mostly frequent on Twitter, TikTok, and Threads, I've been seeing mainly people that are Zack Snyder fans or fans of the old universe giving the criticisms for the most part. That's what I've been seeing for them. And I think he is referring to the Snyder fan base. That's a fan base who he has been kind of engaging with. If he did engage into any negative back and forth people on the web, it's been Snyder fans. So I think
this a Snyder fan? He says, James Gunn's diaper man should be banned India, as him and his fan base have been consistently being racist towards Indians.
I mean, it wouldn't be a huge hurt to the box office anyways.
Followed by Mads Mama Bear. I don't know, she's a Snyder person. Maybe this was a Snyder person who wrote this.
Oh no, it is a Snyder person. That's
one of them cultists. Now here's the second time he talked about India.
Talk to you guys.
The second time I've seen. If he has more, I haven't seen them.
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, I am incredibly grateful for the Indian fans, and I talk to you guys all the time online. And there's so many of you, obviously, and so many fans of Superman who love Superman, and he means so much to them. And that isn't lost on me when I'm making this movie about how much he means to the people of India, because he really is somebody who looks out for everyone. He cares. Yeah. Well, I mean, first of all, I am.
He did the All Lives Matter. Superman is for everybody. I think when he stops to say obviously, after he says there's so you got it. You heard what I heard. He felt like I almost stepped in it a second time. I said that there's so many. That may sound like, oh, I'm trying to deport. That may sound like I'm trying that there's too much.
And there's so many of you, obviously.
That was a nervous. There's so many of you, obviously.
There's so many of you people.
Yeah.
You better say you. Nah, you didn't know to say you people, guys.
I got the super chat. Is that? I guess that's why you stopped, right? Yeah, let's go. James Gunn. Here we go. Super chat from Michael Nemo. Makes sense that after Snyder, that the DCU would now swing the pendulum all the way over to James Gunn's love of bathos and silly. What does bathos mean? I gotta Google the word now. And silliness. Yeah, but that is a good point though. You're trying to say you're different, so we're not gonna do Zack Snyder and the way that he would tint colors differently. Now we get exuberant, bright. We get a tone which is lighter also, at least in the advertisement.
And I will say this about James Gunn, especially even with his stuff in the MCU. Yes, he came out with a lot of MCU films that look just like most of the other MCU films. The sarcastic characters that crack jokes and stuff, all that stuff. Basically, the humor that branched off from Iron Man and just started bleeding into every single character now. But I will say this, though, compared to other directors during the MCU and stuff, he has had tighter scripts, more heartfelt characters, and he knows how to make you care. Believe it or not, I didn't like Guardians 1 and 2, but I didn't dislike the characters that he gave us in that film. In Guardians 3, I'm sorry, that made me cry. I did not think I would care that much about Rocket Raccoon. And mind you, this has come from someone who did not like Guardians 1 and 2. I hated the Guardians for so long because I was like, they're a waste of space team. And he had me crying for Rocket Raccoon and Guardians 3. That's just me.
He did a very good job of humanizing it, and he's not going to not have animals and furries and cuteness in this new one. And bathos, the definition of that is the sudden appearance of the commonplace in otherwise elevated matter or style.
Oh, so I think basically the undercutting of undercutting of I think he's talking about the undercutting of the tone.
Don't Michael, here it is.
Yeah,
English
that's what I'm
meaning.
the undercutting of the tone.
A sudden change from a beautiful or important subject to a silly or very ordinary one, especially when this is not intended.
Joss Whedon is more. Gunn does that, but Joss Whedon is the biggest offender of that. That's why the MCU panned out the way it did, because a lot of Joss Whedon's style remained. It was like, this formula works, and it did work. It worked those first 10 years, you guys. It did. The first 10 years. That's all I got to say.
I got to read his tweet again, his super again, knowing what bathos would mean. Makes sense that after Snyder, that the DCU would swing the pendulum all over to James Gunn's love of bathos and silliness. All right. I guess that's the style of like humor he does. He does bathos.
Yeah.
Where
I'm not a huge, you guys, I'll tell you this. I don't always laugh at a lot of James Gunn's movies. I do not. But I do laugh at some jokes. But every single joke is not ha ha ha. Let's not laugh out loud funny for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I can still say a movie is good even if I don't laugh at every single joke in the movie.
Where's the hype right now? We remember Avengers Endgame. The hype was at a 10, especially after Infinity War, the post-credit scenes and all that stuff.
It's not Avengers Endgame hype. I think it's because I see, this is what I do like that I'm saying. I see a lot of older people that grew up with Superman, enjoying what they're seeing so far. I think just the fact that it has been 10 years since we have gotten a live action Superman movie is also why people are like, was happy to see this. Because I was kind of shocked with when the first trailer came out. the amount of views it got and the record it broke.
Yeah.
And because we have been starved of Superman. People do want Superman, but Warner Brothers has been delaying the character. They have literally been setting the character back. People want Superman, and you get Superman back in people's good graces when you keep giving us Superman. These long periods where we don't get Superman in these movies does hurt. It does hurt because look how long the evil Superman trope got to last until now. Now James Gunn has to undo that stuff. The past 10 years, he has to undo that now.
The resurgence, or not even the ascension of superhero movies. 2008, we had Dark Knight and we had Iron Man, Hulk. And then ever since then, it's just been gradually growing. And in that period, Man of Steel is the only solo Superman film we've had. Yep. That is unacceptable. You mean the boom happens and the flagship superhero isn't in the movie? No. So there was a desire.
BVS doesn't even count. It's a Batman and Superman joint movie.
Or Justice League, he wasn't even in the commercials because they said he's dead. Remember?
Oh, Batman vs Superman: Dawn of the Justice League.
Then the trailer, I can understand why the viewership was high for the trailer, and there's an appetite, bro. How many kids felt inspired to dress up as Superman after BVS? Not as many as you would want to have happened.
Probably, you guys, I will say this: Henry Cavill Superman did have an impact on people, but he had an impact on some people. He didn't have an impact on a lot of people. Some people.
I can see your volume levels here. They changed StreamYard up. They even have where you can see comments take the stage.
It looks cleaner now. I like it.
Somebody type a comment in the chat. How many kids felt inspired to dress as Superman? He also has the advantage of being a Big 3 legacy character, yeah.
Yep.
But you see that dark part that's around K-Dot's face right now? That's where it's supposed to show your comments. I don't see a comment though.
Oh, from my channel?
No. I mean, go on StreamYard and you can see next to where your name is. Okay, Steve said something. He said, I'm on stage.
Okay, there. Oh, it sort of showed. Okay, cool.
Okay. I don't like that. No, I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, see, what if this blocks my face? Damn.
Thanks for typing stuff right now, but I don't think this is... Maybe they can make it bigger. I can't seem to make it larger.
Yeah, Philip just hitting us with a curveball.
Philip said, what are your thoughts, Diddy? I don't care.
Yeah, he's still going to prison. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, then they're probably going to lean towards the maximum. 10 years. So 20. That's probably what he'll get.
He's going to get off on good behavior. Well, he's going to do time, but he's going to get out early. Good behavior, you know how they do it.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't have much on that.
He said,
"Can you move it to the top right?" No, I tried. I tried moving it and like clicking on it and moving, but you can move this, but we can't move the comments. It says it's in a beta stage right now, so maybe we'll get a better option. And if they do something like that, I could also dedicate the side of the screen just to comments. That would be great. Snyder fanboys and their Superman are dumb. Exactly. Hey, thanks for coming to this 1 hour show. The Superman movie is something we're interested in. The trailers got me excited. I saw more Superman than I thought I would see. But I wanted to record something today. Dot has got a YouTube channel, ssjk.sanctum. Go ahead and subscribe.
I'll definitely be dropping a Superman review for sure. So expect that probably the day after July 8th or on July 8th. But I'm going to do an out of the theater short, drop it for you guys. Y'all can hear my out of the theater reaction.
Spoilers?
Nah, spoiler free. I'm not that much of a douche. I'm not going to spoil this movie day one.
Okay, check that out.
Wait, chill. I'll give people until opening weekend. If you don't go see it after opening weekend, it's over. You're getting spoiled.
Exactly. I fell asleep last night watching Jurassic World Rebirth, or no? Nope.
Mahershala Ali, no.
I don't care. I don't care about this movie. No. Sorry.
We're doing Mahershala Ali dirty. Marvel Studios, you suck. Why?